After letting the engineered flooring acclimate to the humidity in the house, I can start setting the floor. But first, the prep work. After securing the subfloor, I find the center of the room, snap a line, then use that line as a reference mark. I then measure to the wall I'm starting from, leaving a 1/2 inch minimum clearance around the room and penetrations such as floor registers. Prior to snapping lines, I used a primer to help adhesive stick to the subfloor. I just rollered it on with the paint roller and then let it dry according to the directions. This first line is my reference line. It runs from one end of the room to the other. That way I can keep all my flooring measurements the same from one end of the house to the next. This reference line is where I want to stop my first course of flooring. It's allowing me minimum of a 1/2 inch away from the wall. I then glue from the wall to the line, trying to keep the trowel at a 45-degree angle. I then put the first piece of flooring to the line and apply equal pressure downwards to set the glue to the tile. Be mindful of trying to keep the glue off the finished surface of the flooring. Flooring's random lengths, so you try to keep your seams separated by at least 4 to 6 inches. After I get the first row in, I go back and stick spacers between the floor and the wall to prevent it from moving on our subsequent courses. Although you can't see it, there's a chalk line the width of 3 or 4 courses that I glue up to, basically as far as I can reach without getting into the glue itself. That's as far as I glue at one time. When setting the flooring, make sure to stagger your end joints. You can set this particular brand of flooring with tongue or groove towards yourself. To set it, just leave side up at about a 45-degree angle and slide it into the previous row. And then make sure you stay tight against the piece in the row you're working. Remember, you must press it into the glue in order for it to bond to the subfloor correctly. It'll take a few pieces, but once you get the hang of it, it goes pretty easy. I also like to do 2 or 3 rows at a time. It just keeps me out of the glue a little bit. Plus, seems to aid in the separation of your seams. I lay piles of flooring out so I can pick randomly lengths that will not line up with previous butt joints. You'll notice the amount of floor leveler that's down. The floor has to be pretty dang flat for this stuff to adhere correctly. Otherwise you'll end up with squeaks and loose spots, which will void the factory warranty. Again, the ends also have to have a 1/2 inch gap between, in this case, the cabinet and or a wall and the flooring. This will be as far as I take this job. The boss wants to do the trim work and the tile work himself. So while he's doing that, I'm going to start another project. Stick around. At the end of this video, I'll stick a little teaser on the next project. And once again, thanks for watching. Oh, Christ, what did I get myself into now?